I actually cried to this movie, actually. This is a film that I thought did very well with building. Oh, look at the hair. Forget it. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I think this film does really good. I think it's gives a good, pretty complex sci-fi story for you to kind of be able to follow along and understand. And I think this movie did a very great job in building an emotional aspect to which that was what I cried to. I'll get into in a bit in spoilers. I think anyone who has any liking to like Interstellar, for example, I think will enjoy this film. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this movie is as good as Interstellar. I think if you like Interstellar, you're probably gonna like this film too. So the movie Project Hail Mary is about a teacher who goes. He's an astrobiology teacher. I don't know the exact name. He goes to outer space on this mission to find out a solution for these microorganisms called astrophages that are eating parts of the sun away. They come in this like Petrova line from Venus to the sun, and they're just like eating parts of the sun away. And by the time in like 20, 30 years, the sun will be dead and the population will be dead. And it's a life or death situation where they need to find out the answer now. So they do a lot of research out in space. There is apparently many other stars that are being eaten by these astrophages. However, there is one star that isn't, called Tau Ceti. They don't know why the star isn't being eaten by the astrophage, but they're just like, who cares? This might be the solution. So they send Grace, the teacher, into outer space to find out what's going on, and that's where the term Project Hail Mary comes. There's no clear direction, and there's no guarantee that what they will go will, where they will go will have the answer, but they're just like, well, this is all we got. So they send him there. Throughout the film, you kind of get these like flashbacks because at the start of the film, it's pretty established that Grace, the teacher, he lost his memories. Well, he didn't lose like everything, but he's kind of like he woke up from like an induced coma in which he's like slowly regaining his memories as he's kind of like a bit doozy on how he even got to this mission in the first place. So as he's regaining these memories, we see him through like flashbacks to how it all started. He was a teacher. He got sent to the government like facility to find out about the astrophages, use a sample to find out what can kill them, what can be done about this. Later on, these flashbacks do play a pivotal moment in how this whole story kind of goes into a direction near the end, which I will get into for later in spoilers. But I think they did a very good job in building the story without making the flashbacks feel like it's just like too much. However, there's one moment though where it's kind of like the emotional beat of this film where I felt like it kind of just got interrupted by those flashbacks. Like, I get why they wanted to bring it up. I just thought the timing of that was a bit, like it didn't like bother me too much, but I was already like crying. So then when that like showed up, I was like, oh, time to lock in. time to lock in. What's going on, I thought that was a little weird. But along the way, as he is in outer space, he comes across an alien, a rock alien called Rocky, who actually has a long, long name, because when he asked what his name was, he's like, and then he's just like, yep, we're just gonna call you Rocky. Apparently Rocky is dealing with the same dilemma too. In his planet, Arid, they have their own star, their own sun, that is being eaten by these astrophages too. If he doesn't find a solution to this, his planet is dead. But I think I've kind of just yapped everything. This whole movie, it really does focus a lot on the emotional depth built with like along with like high stakes, of course, of this mission for both Rocky and Grace. It really hones in on the friendship that they have, and it focuses a lot on that while they're going through these like scientific experiments, and it looks really interesting. It really looks cool. Of course, like there are some moments where I'm just kind of like, because I'm not like an expert in science, so I had to do quick Google searches, and it's pretty scientifically accurate. So they don't just throw in random words and hope that you just kind of like deal with it and then not care about it afterwards. They make it where it's like they make it kind of like educational in a way, and in the name itself, astrophage, it's not just the words thrown out there. It actually means star killer, or at least like close enough to what it is. But I think this movie does not insult your intelligence like Scream movie, for example. It makes you like like not care at all for what is going on. Everyone's just making stupid decisions and whatnot, and you're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like I think this movie was awesome, and I really do think that this film makes Ryan Gosling yet again an incredible actor, where he as a character, as much as you would care for Rocky, you really care about Grace too. He is someone who is quirky, you know, he's a little funny and goofy, but he doesn't like try to be goofy and it's like, you know, he's not like the class clown. He is unintentionally funny and he is awesome, and he's very smart too. He captures all of those traits and is able to throw it out in one character, and I think that was awesome. I'm glazing this film too much. I just think you gotta watch it, but that's all I gotta say for what I wanted to, you know, give for my review. I initially added spoilers for this video, but I'm gonna throw it all away because I feel like I don't want to do that. I want people to watch this film. It's awesome. It's glorious. It's not like we're only 3 months in the year right now, so I don't want to say it's the best movie of the year yet. If there's like slop after slop coming afterwards, then yeah, this will be movie of the year. But I think it's one of the contenders, I guess, for that title. It's awesome. It's great. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Next review will be Mario, I think. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.